Hey everybody, I'm the Ranting Monkey, and today we're going to meet the band. A little over 3 months ago, a random conversation changed everything. Well, not everything. Not much at all if I'm being honest, but that's a horrible way to start a video. A little over 3 months ago, a conversation changed almost nothing. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, right. On January 20th of this year, I was talking with Scribe when I mentioned I wanted to try streaming on my channel, but I had no idea how to get everything set up. He told me it was really easy and walked me through the steps and even agreed to test it out with me in a stream that no one was supposed to watch. That test stream went over so well we agreed to do a real stream the next night, and Monkey Live was born. A month or so later, some dumb American joined in the fun and the regulars were set. Now we do it pretty much every night. If you watch the streams, you know they're just 3 friends talking about the news of the day, movies, sex, my dick, and whatever else we can think of. They really aren't a good indication of the videos we produce. Since you're watching this, I'm going to go ahead and assume you're familiar with my work, and we're just going to skip over me. Instead, we're going to check out videos from Scribe and SDA. Up first, Scribbles. Scribe is the backbone of the operation. He's the one who shows up prepared when I'm barely awake and SDA is texting. Without him, there would be a lot more silence. But as great as he is on stream, his videos are even better.
When you take into account the most searched term on Pornhub for the past 2 years, by men and women alike was lesbian.
I prefer curvy amateur redheads in straight porn, usually. But to each their own.
You gotta be thinking, damn, that's a lot of lesbians and lesbian allies.
Well, I don't got to be thinking anything. But no, that's not the first thing that comes to mind. The first thing that comes to mind is 2 or more women fucking each other. But maybe I'm just strange.
Wrong.
Wrong? Oh, I would be wrong if I were thinking that the popularity of lesbian porn was reflective of the number of cheerleaders for lesbians as a demographic and or lifestyle and or orientation. Well, I wasn't thinking that. You are projecting that. So, I guess you're wrong. On both counts.
Lesbian porn is not for lesbians.
Lesbian porn is a category of porn. It's not a medical prescription. It's not porn that's been pH balanced for a woman. It's a descriptor of what you can expect to see, like big black cocks, or public sex, or curvy redheads. You're already off the ranch in your argument, and we're not even a minute in.
More often than not, lesbian porn is created by men for men and involves 2 very straight chicks pretending to be into boobs.
More often than not. So, at least 51% of the time? Or more? Are you going to show any stats? Or can I assume the bare minimum and say, hey, sounds like statistical equality? And there are plenty of actresses that exclusively do lesbian porn. I should know. I've checked.
Lesbian trade secret? Lesbian porn is not 2 straight femmed out chicks with long acrylic nails.
It's fantasy.
This point about acrylic nails may seem like a tangent, but the length of a woman's nails can literally be a factor you use to determine if a woman's queer. Because, you know, ouch.
It's fantasy.
1-inch diamante nails are a cogent reminder that lesbian porn is performance created by men to fulfill a male fantasy.
Yay! She got it! End of video! What? Oh no. No!
And when you consider that over half of young men and around a third of young women were exposed to porn before the age of 12, it's clear that porn has become a key form of sex ed.
And this is different from the days of finding dad's girly magazines under the bed. How? Boys and girls are curious creatures, and, especially these days with the ease of access to porn, it's just a fact of life. deal with it.
So spreading a representation of lesbianism created for the male gaze not only misinforms, but also cheapens it by reducing it to a male-driven fetish, rather than a powerful expression of female sexuality, one free from men.
Sexuality free from men is important to you, is it? And, by the way, a heterosexual woman can also powerfully express her female sexuality. Being a lesbian has no monopoly on that. It is an individual experience and expression, regardless of which side of the question you fall on. Unless you mean to say that all lesbians are the same? And again, it is fantasy. If any man or woman watching highly produced porn thinks that it is an accurate reflection of reality, the fault is not with the porn, but the viewer's sanity.
And speaking personally...
So, everything you said before this was you speaking clinically? Claims and accusations absent any evidence. I can't wait to see what you have to say when you're speaking from your heart.
You can watch the rest of that video at the link below. There's also a link down there to Scribe's full channel. If you're not subscribed, check him out. Some Dumb American is the female of the group. She's a bit younger than Scribe and I, which often leads to funny moments when she doesn't get a cultural reference from the 80s. But she's not stupid. She's actually very intelligent and funny, which comes through loud and clear on her videos.
Hey, what's up you guys? I'm Some Dumb American, and today we have a special treat because Riley has actually responded to criticism. I know I'm a little bit late to this party, but a while ago, Riley Dennis put up a video about how preferences are discriminatory, and I responded to that video, so I thought it best to respond to the follow-up video he made. If you missed the first video, not to worry, the link is in the description, so without any further ado, let's get into this.
So what's been happening is that some people are making the argument that it's not cis-sexist at all to only be attracted to people with one kind of genitals.
Yes, exactly, because it's not discriminatory, it's just a preference.
For example, these people might argue that being attracted to only women with vaginas in no way negatively affects trans people.
I guess it would negatively affect you if you wanted to sleep with people who were only into people with vaginas, but by the same token, it takes two to tango, and if somebody's not into you, then it's not going to be fun for either one of you.
On the other hand, I would argue that it's more complicated than that. We all have our implicit biases built into our preferences, and gender isn't as simple as just the genitals you have. But after I say that, I usually get a bunch of blatantly cis-sexist responses, so I thought I'd address all of those responses at once. Number one, you're being homophobic. In this argument, I often get accused of homophobia, lesbophobia, or lesbian erasure by lesbians who believe that I'm trying to change their sexual orientation or identity.
Aren't you though? Essentially what you're saying is that everybody should be bisexual, and newsflash, most people aren't bisexual.
They say that my language sounds a lot like a dude who tried to turn them straight, or like conversion therapy.
Which is essentially what it is, because you're telling people who only want to play with snootadoodles that they should also want to play with penises.
Those responses are rooted in cis-sexism. This is because I'm not telling lesbians that they can't be lesbians. If you're a woman who only likes women, go ahead, identify as a lesbian. But some women have penises, and if the fact that some lesbians might be attracted to those women offends you, it's because you don't think trans women are real women.
When it comes to sexual attraction, there's a lot more to it than just, oh, you identify as a woman. Sexual attraction has a lot to do with genitalia. And if somebody is a lesbian, you can be reasonably sure that what they mean is I like people with vaginas.
That's because these accusations of homophobia make it sound like I'm trying to convince lesbians to like men, but I'm not. I'm trying to show that preferences for women with vaginas over women with penises might be partially informed by the influence of a cis-sexist society.
You know what? I get it. Sometimes women have penises. However, over 99% of the time, literally over 99% of the time, that's not true. And when it comes to sexual attraction for most people, somebody just looking or claiming that they are a man or a woman is not enough. They need the genitals to match because otherwise they're not going to be attracted to that person.
You do not have to like men. You do not have to date men or have sex with men. And if you think that's what I'm arguing, you're simultaneously strawmanning my argument and implying that trans women are men.
Oh, for fuck's sake, what they're saying is that they are lesbians and they like smush cookies. Number two is a bunch of feminist infighting, so we gonna skip that.
Number three, I'm allowed to have my preferences. Technically, you're right.
Ain't no technically about it, Junebug. People are allowed to have their preferences.
You're allowed to have your preferences and you don't have to change anything. But there's more to it than that, and ignoring the deeper issues by stopping at a surface level analysis doesn't do this issue any justice. Like, you're allowed to have a lot of things. You're allowed to have prejudice towards trans people. people, but that doesn't mean you should.
Oh, sweet tap dancing Christ. A heterosexual man not wanting to suck a dick is not the same thing as treating trans people like crap.
So if we look a little deeper into this issue, there's the possibility of your genital preferences being at least somewhat partially informed by growing up in a cis-sexist society.
Females tend to have a little bit more fluid sexuality than men do, but as far as I know with men, their preferences are dictated by, let's just go with blood flow.
You can catch the rest of that video as well as a link to her channel down below. Guys, that's going to wrap up this one. Don't forget to go check these two out. They are really good creators. Thank you for watching. I'm the Ranting Monkey, and I will see you next time.
Your life makes me sad.